hunters. So our first ban is Kraken, followed by Assault is the first class pick. Torvald has been banned. Parnell has been picked. Interesting. Trapper is up next. Maggie has been banned, and Crow has been picked.
Can you go through this one more time for me?
Yeah, I got it. So from the top, Kraken has been banned by IC. IC is banning monsters, and EW is banning hunters. IC calls Assault. EW calls Torvald. IC picks Parnell. So Torvald banned, Parnell picked. Then we have Trapper. Maggie banned, Crow picked. For our medic, we have Val banned, Kyra picked. That's a good pick right there.
Yep.
And Sunny was banned, and Hank was picked. So once again, the picks are Parnell, Crow, Kyra, and Hank. We see Kyra, Hank, back to the old meta. The monster pick is going to be Wraith. So it's Parnell, Crow, Kyra, Hank versus Wraith. The bans were Torvald, Maggie, Val, and Sunny. And I feel like the team name really gave away the fact that they were playing Wraith. So the setup, Crow trying to go for that take the shot. Kyra, Hank, no Val. But Kyra going to try to keep the team alive with those AoE heals with the heal nades. Hank and Parnell. Once the monster tries to commit to someone with that supernova, that's a good time for Parnell to pop that super soldier and do damage to the Wraith's squishy armor.
And this is a very defensive composition as well, along with Crow's ability to shoot through armor, even though Wraith doesn't have that much. She also doesn't have much health. So that just means Crow's going to be more effective. And we have Kyra Hank, the ultimate bit, like the original, like god tier build, the original cancer build. Right.
Back in the day, Kyra Hank just
that was so
chasing
ridiculous.
people down across the map back when Kyra's acceleration field worked inside of the dome and on the chase. And then you had heals for days back when the heal names were 10 meters instead of 8. And the heal bursts everywhere. Hank shielding everyone. It was pretty ridiculous back in the day. Kyra Hank, very, very hard team to break. But let's see how they do this time. Kyra Hank versus Wraith.
Right now we are just waiting in the lobby to get going. It's just getting set up for you. But it's just... like, this composition is going to be looking at... we have Parnell being chosen, which is very interesting. It's probably just looking for a quick pick-off and also with the burst damage. So they're going to be able to do and get a quick heal-off with the Super Soldier effect, especially with the recent changes to lower how much damage he's taking. And with the recent changes to limb damage and whatnot, we'll be interested to see how accurate it's going to come down to Parnell. The more accurate he is, the more damage he is, which means that his accuracy is critical going forward.
Everyone in the chat, though, thank you guys for coming out and watching TGL. If you drop the stream a follow, that'll not only help out the stream, but give you guys Twitch notifications of when we go live. You can get a BTTV notification if you're watching on desktop. I highly recommend better Twitch TV, or you guys can get an email whenever the Gentleman's League goes live, typically on Saturdays for TGL. So be sure to follow the stream so you guys keep on updated and don't miss any competitive Evolve. Also follow them at Evolve TGL on Twitter for updates if you guys are on the Twitters. You guys will always know when competitive Evolve is happening, so you can always come out and watch. And thank you all very much for the support. We're getting into the match here on Orbital Drill, and this league couldn't have been possible without your guys' donations, so shout out to the Patreons as well.
So let's just, before we go into this game, let's just go give these guys a full name. The stream, of course, has started, so let's make sure that we get rid of that for you. Top supporters are, of course, Gentleman Scroll, Whitehawk, Superbad Juju, Source TV, Bugsy, Necro Manus, Daniel Silver, Jesse Bennett, Nikki Pard, Silver Soul, Marios Agalopoulos, Nikki Violet, Mr. Knusbury, Chris Ashton, Adrian Soul, which that means they donated past the threshold in order to make sure that they were included on that list. If you want to make it onto that list, we can add you as soon as possible. Just make sure to check out that Patreon page. We'll be sure to bring that up for you. But in the meantime, we're going into the game. It's IC versus EW, Exploding Race versus Inspector Cabot. We're going into it. Right now, the picks have been done. It is currently 2-0 in favor of Inspector Cabot as we're going into the EW monster.
Cabot.
Hunting race.
Pop it in here. Also an ESL team, so they're very experienced. I'm sure they will put up a good fight against this Wraith. We do have Inspector Cabot on the Hunters.
Yeah, so we're going into this now. We have all the Hunters ready, all the perks being chosen. We're good to go. We have Calamari on Monster for Exploding Race. Of course, playing Wraith. We have Zero, Thonar, Monkeybot, and Generic all playing for Inspector Cabot. And Zero needs his Inspector Cabot tag, just to give you guys a little bit of a notice. But yeah, so we see Wraith is actually choosing to do something completely different on Orbital Drill than something we've seen, I don't know, for like, what, 4 months now, every time Orbital Drill's played?
Yeah, this is a very interesting route right here. Usually everyone goes some variation of Cyril Raceway, but this Wraith absolutely cutting to the west and surprising everyone with this route. I have not seen this route. I can't remember the last time I've seen this route. Going over towards the helipad and cutting over to caves. Very interesting pathing right here. The feeding isn't going to be as effective as Cyril Raceway. And see, you see IC throwing Gobi right over to Cyril Raceway because that's just where they expect all monsters to go. And it looks
We
like
did
something
actually see
has
a
broken.
restart called, so we'll have to figure out what that's about. But in the meantime, I'm sure it was for some reason. Maybe, someone glitched or something. Maybe we'll take a look. Oh,
All
they
right,
missed
we are
fair
just gonna get
weather.
back in the match. Oh, fair weather, of course. Fair weather, of course, is always turned on in TGL and ESL because it is kind of annoying when you are running around distillery and oh, nope, that's a blizzard. Now you can't see. Congratulations. And
Congratulations,
it's
you don't
completely
have an
random
acid
too.
storm.
Yeah, it's they also do that on what other maps have pretty bad ones. Armory has a pretty bad sandstorm.
Yeah, you have to
sometimes.
turn fair
I
weather
believe.
on
Is it Armory?
on the map effects.
So there are quite a few maps that get pretty bad if fair weather is not on like it is in pub. So we're gonna get that turned on so the hunters aren't completely blind for the entire game.
Yeah, because that would just be unfortunate, is when they get halfway through the match and suddenly it's like, oh, we were about to win this match, but fair weather's not on. And then suddenly it's like, well, regardless of whatever team was in the lead, they have to back out and restart no matter what. It's good that they caught it right off the start. However, hopefully, whereas the 90-second delay, we're going to have to make sure that, well, they are all not watching the stream, so that's not a concern. But it's going to be interesting to see if he chooses to stay with that route or if he's going to be changing up to go with a more traditional route as Wraith.
Yeah, of course, with the delay, the hunters are still going to be able to see the route that the Wraith tried to take if they accidentally peeked into the stream. But it is a gentleman's league. I trust everyone. We're all going to be gentlemanly and make sure that we're not cheating. But then again, accidents do happen. We'll see, though, if he still decides to keep that route. Things with that route, that's a very weird feed. You can make some distance, I guess, and really throw the hunters off because they expect you to go down Cyril Raceway. But the fact that you're not getting as many mammoth birds, as many pile of reavers as you would going down Cyril Raceway. I'm not certain how fast he's going to be able to feed, or even if he'll be able to avoid a stage 1 fight, or even be evolve ready after a stage 1 dome.
So we are going in now. We are seeing the same choices being done. We actually didn't even look at the perks, so those are still hidden. So we'll be able to see what goes on there. We have elite skins being used by both Kyra and Hank. Elite skin on Crow, and Parnell's using. Which one's that?
That's Night Hunter. That's Assault Night Hunter. I really like that one.
Yeah, with the
Let's
red
get some
highlights.
perks here. From Kyra Hank, Kyra Reload, Hank Capacity, Crow, Movement Speed, Parnell, Capacity, Wraith. You can usually tell if a monster's running movement speed or traversal by looking at him, but I wasn't paying enough attention last round. I'll say movement speed. I'll throw that out there.
With generic, he does have a tendency to go jetpack, so it's kind of 50-50, but I'm just going to say, I would personally go movement speed, but I'm going to say he might have picked jetpack, and then Parnell, of course, might go damage or reload speed, which, not reload, quick switch. But let's take a look.
Yeah,
Let's see what we got. We got... we got Hank and... We got
Hank,
Parnell
Kyra, and Crow, I
and
got
Monster
correct.
wrong.
Oh, what's the Wraith perk?
Feed
Here?
speed. We're looking at a feed speed.
Feed speed on the Wraith. Usually, you're always able to tell if a monster has feed speed. It's pretty obvious if you watch him eat. I just wasn't paying attention after that disconnect and didn't remember how fast he was eating. But yeah, Wraith's got feed speed and Parnell's got movement speed. That's one talent a competitive player has to have, is you have to be able to tell what perks predict. Not only predict what perks people are going to take, because they're popular perks for each character, but you also have to be able to tell what perks after a single dome. Like, hey, Parnell's running capacity. He didn't stop shooting that shotgun and switch to the rocket launcher for a couple extra seconds. He's running capacity. I'm going to have to watch out for that. Or, whoa, Kyra's running DR. I might want to try to focus down someone else first. You're going to have to be able to identify what perks either the hunters or the monster, whoever you're fighting against, are using. And that could really change up your strategy. DR on a hunter alone can change the focus.
And what you'll notice right there is that Team IC, being experienced players, are aware of how the spawning works in the game. So what they noticed was that things were spawning in front of them. Because the way the spawning works is that it works based off of the location of who's coming in game in regards to what gets spawned first. So they were aware that they were creating the spawns, so they knew they went the wrong way. And now they completely changed directions in order to make sure they were able to get it. Throwing out Gobi, they found the pass, so they're in hot pursuit of where he was right at the start of the match. But birds have been triggered over on the opposite side of the map. They are running around like chickens with their head cut off at this point, trying to do everything they can to find this calamari. So They're just trying to do everything they can to get Wraith and just trying to find him everywhere. He's just triggering birds, and suddenly they're going to be looking to get right towards him. Gobi's now on flight, going to be looking to pass him. Does he highlight, though? Yep, there it is. They've now spotted Wraith, so Stealth has now been disengaged. They're looking to see what they can do and if they can catch him before he gets to stage 2.
Now, the thing is, on this map, taking Cyril Raceway, you're evolving in, what would you say, a minute 20-ish?
Minute 20, minute 30, if you're
Somewhere
allowed
there.
to
minute
evolve.
20, minute 30.
Yeah.
And we have about 3 meets left on this Wraith. How much time have we gotten to pass by so far? 2:20. This feed route, not the best, but he did juke the hunters for a good amount of time. So I'm going to give him credit right there. And he should be evolve ready right after eating this mammoth bird. Oh no, he didn't actually get to eat the whole thing though. We have shots from long range being fired.
One thing to note is, like, as you were saying, like with this feed route, as much as it may not be optimal, it's something that on this map, that route has been so standard and so ingrained on every competitive player that it's just become the standard.
Natural. They're going to go that way.
And to do something different is just going to throw any hunters out of a loop in regards to what they're going to be throwing at you. So in this case, it did get him a good enough time. It bought him time, which means that he's going to have more space. He was able to get full armor before he had to worry about an engagement, so in a sense, he got what he wanted. However, he didn't quite get his full evolve meter, so that's unfortunate. Stealth Pound's coming out, though. Going to be grabbing Zero, bringing that down. He does have the shield still available, so he'll be able to keep that up no matter what. He was getting put down to 1 HP. He'll be able to shield that and get himself healed up as quick as possible. Thonar is already on it, bringing him up as quick as possible. And MonkeyBot is actually getting engaged upon as they're looking to fight right now on the high ground. And he's just kind of mitigating at this point, waiting until the dome gets thrown. If the dome's not thrown, he's going to make sure he has a loop, no matter where they go. And since they're not throwing it, he just says, you know what? I'm out. Peace.
Yeah, he does need that mammoth bird sitting right there to get ready for stage 2. I think we're more than 3 minutes into the game right now, and still
it
not
doesn't quite get
ready.
to finish it.
Yeah,
Gets
unfortunately,
interrupted.
we had a couple Parnell rockets slowing him down right there. Warp Blast coming in. Parnell does not have that shield ready. He's got to be real careful. Parnell doesn't want to get caught out of position.
Oh, no. Is this it? Is this it? Is this it?
We may see a Parnell down here. We have the shields and the heals, but where are the bullets? Who's going to shoot? Those shields can't hold forever. Wow, that was a close one. Heal Burst comes in, and Zero is looking okay.
A MonkeyBot coming in with a clutch save right there, making sure that they didn't get it down really quick on Zero. However, the personal shield will be off cooldown now. As we look at Dome finally getting thrown, as you're looking at a full armor Wraith engaging stage 1 with a Zero that's getting low. He'll be super soldiering soon and ready to fight. He's just using that rocket barrage as much as he can. MonkeyBot's trying to hide on the other side. You can't hide behind the pillar because Wraith's already there, ready to slap. Here comes the orbital barrage, connects on 1, 2, 3 blasts. Brings him down.
Just save himself with that orbital. Moving around here, we do have a couple loops here. Is this an infinity loop we got in this dome?
I don't think so. I think we just have a bunch of
couple
small pillars.
Loops in this area. At least this one big one and a couple small pillars, yeah, on the opposite side of that little cavern right there.
Yeah,
we
it
got
cuts
shots
off
going
back
on
here.
this Wraith. We're probably going to see, yeah, I thought there was a loop back there, but we only have a single loop. But still, we are going to see a little bit of health damage on this Wraith at stage 1. And the thing is, after stage 1 dome, ideally, you're going to be ready to evolve. You're going to want to be ready to evolve while the dome is off cooldown, and not get caught, and then go and continue to feed and hopefully get full armor before a stage 2 fight. But this Wraith still needs one single meet to hit stage 2. Not looking too good. Lost a bar.
There it is.
Right there.
Eats it right in front of the Hunter team. Unable to get food across the map, hiding behind pillars, but he can eat right in front of them. Go figure. Should have just done that from the start. Said, hey guys, I want to eat this. Is that okay?
Yeah, just ask politely, you know. Why not?
But he did lose 25% of his current health pool. However, that will drop to about 20 or 18% after the evolve, right? Something like that, approximately.
Yeah, we got to get some hard numbers here. They do always change the bars and healths of the monsters, and I haven't kept up exactly with what they are at stages 1, 2. I know stage 3 a bit better, but we do have a stage coming out right here. Wraith actually not giving up too much armor for that evolution. I gave up a small sliver.
Oh no, the
but
face
we do have
stuff.
a Parnell Super Soldier face stuff. I did not know Parnell was that close. Apparently, neither did the Wraith. That's going to be a huge amount of damage right there.
And if you look at it now, it's all coming through. And that's through the
shield
armor, too.
Yep.
He lost a bar and a half plus armor. Ooh.
And that was just from Parnell, thanks to the Parnell Super Soldier face. We haven't seen a Parnell Super Soldier face stuff in so long. Well played by Zero right there.
Is Zero secretly Rune?
Hey, might be. I mean, Zero was like, I gotta come back for revenge. This monster wanted to pounce me down earlier. My teammates tried to save me. No, I'm gonna go for you when you're vulnerable, monster. And we're looking at a Wraith on the back